All right, everybody, it is Friday night. That means it's time to eat. Get excited, it's Friday night foodies.
I'm so weak, I haven't eaten nothing.
Yeah, Friday night foodies tonight. And we're excited, guys, tonight because we're going to go to a place that's been an institution on the West Coast here since, well, 1959 when they began. And now they're spreading all over to the Middle East, hundreds of locations, but yet they keep things on a very local focus. We're going to eat some pizza tonight, but we're going to eat some pizza local style here. We're going to head out to Round Table Pizza out in Sebastopol, that hippie town of Sebastopol out there. Fire up a nice pizza, eat ourselves silly, and have a good time tonight. Well, I've been naughty this week, so Jen said, well, you can still go out and be fed for providing that good quality entertainment. So, woo! What do you say we get going and chow down, guys? We're going to Round Table Pizza. We'll see you out in Sebastopol. I may die before I get pizza tonight, huh?
Yeah, you might.
Missy Jen's driving like a maniac tonight. Anyway, guys, the Round Table story is a very interesting story. Round Table Pizza was started in 1959, and somebody brought some sketches into a local pizza man and a businessman and a pizza guy were sitting around, and they really liked the idea of King Arthur and his court sitting around the table eating pizza, and they latched on to Round Table. You remember Knights of the Round Table from olden days. And that was the theme that they went with in the 59. They expanded over the years, but unfortunately in 2011 they became a victim of the terrible recession that hit at that time. They filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They came out of Chapter 11 bankruptcy with a plan to pay back every penny they owed, and that the employees would end up owning the company. And in fact, that's exactly what happened. It's one of those cases that proves that bankruptcy can work, and work to everybody's advantage if it's properly carried out. So kudos to them. Their real claim to fame is that they get very involved in fundraising efforts in the communities. When my girls were in school, they would distribute, they would have a certain night that school would be, say, this pizza night at Round Table. And if you went there and ate, $5 donation was made to the school. So we always did those kind of things to help out. But they're very involved in the community. Unlike, say, a Domino's or a Little Caesars or something like that, which, is get out of here and go fast. But its roots are in the community. It's certainly not a cheap pizza. I took Jen out there 2 years ago. I think when you first moved here, we went out to Sebastopol. There's probably a video on the channel, but we never really reviewed it in the sense that we're going out to do that today. So interesting company, interesting story, employee owned. I think there's over 450 franchises, and they've signed something to expand that radically in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, many different locations over in the Middle East. Very interesting. Who knew that pizza was a big thing over in the Middle East? All right, here we are at the Round Table, and I think this Round Table is newly opened. They had one downtown, a little further downtown, and then it was closed for a while, and then I guess they brought another franchisee in. Nice lunch buffet, $8.99. This is inside. I guess we'll get a medium. Look up there and see what toppings we want. Wombo combo, Maui Zowie.
You're welcome.
Here's the menu here. Cheese.
Okay. I'll take that. Here, Ron. Thanks. You're You're welcome. Have a good day. Hello.
What do you think? Hi.
How you guys doing?
Good. We're still looking at the menu here, so I think we're gonna get a medium pizza. Jen, what do you think about the? Come on over. We had chicken last night, so maybe the all meat marble.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, medium all meat marble.
Okay. On original crust?
What are the choices?
The originals are thin, which you see up here in these pictures, and then pan is thicker, more the crust comes up, and skinny is thin as a cracker.
Okay, the original, please. Yeah, that'll
Right,
be
that's all
fine.
meat marble?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Where are your drinks listed?
We have...
How much are
soda
they?
fountain, we have Pepsi, Sierra Mist, pink lemonade, regular lemonade, Dr. Pepper.
How much are the drinks?
$2.30.
Yeah, I guess I'll have a cup for a drink and
$2.29 plus tax.
yeah. So what do you want to drink? I'm going to have a diet. Well, I guess it's self-serve over there.
Yeah, you guys, it's just soda cups, we bring it up and you guys
Yeah.
choose.
How long have you been open here?
Since March.
Okay, because I remember you used to be in town and then it disappeared.
We're right down the street kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
So, okay. Let me just. You guys can see they have a salad bar here too. Nice clean one too. The thing out here you always see is the salad bars are very, very clean. Nice. Spray shield doesn't look like it's been contaminated. Nice. All right, here's the Missy. I'll fire us a couple of drinks up. There's a little pic of some of the old sites of Sebastopol, the old movie theater. The old Annalee movie theater. Place has been around a long time. Round table pizza. This is what Sebastopol is known for. The Gravenstein apples, which come in like July. Sebastopol, I like that nuclear-free zone. And the big famous, one of the top 100 high schools in the U.S. here. Jerry Garcia attended Annalee High School here. Wonderful, wonderful school. I've told you guys before, and I've told Missy Jen for years that she's been out here now, and she knows that this is really kind of a hippie town. You have tie-dye is still here for sure. You have tie-dye, people that enjoy tie-dye. And the Grateful Dead, this was their big area here. This is where it all began. Mickey Hart still lives in the area around here, the drummer. And a keyboardist. It's a wonderful area. Now, it's also extremely liberal. If you were to rate places in California in terms of liberalness, this would be in the top 10 of small towns.
Yeah.
These people never saw a tax increase that they didn't like, or they just burdened themselves tremendously. But on the upside, they have some of the best educated kids in the United States that go on to top level universities and medical schools. Well, when I was first moved to Santa Rosa, in first years I was here, when the kids were growing up, I said, you know what? I might not live in Sebastopol, but my kids are going to go to that high school out there, and I've got to get up early every day and drove them out in the morning and then picked them up at the end of the day, or went back if they had sports and stuff, and band and drama and a choir and softball, everything, basketball, everything that they ever did. And it paid off for my girls. So I'm always grateful. I always have a real warm spot for the town of Sebastopol in my heart. And this is really a clean, I'm really impressed by how, nice and clean this place is. But it was only opened in March, so.
I really like the soda machine.
Yeah, they have one of the soda machines. We're $28 in here for the pizza plus the drinks. We could have couponed it. The local, they're famous for putting in Valpak mailers and all of the local weekly rags. They always have coupons in for Round Table. That's probably what sunk them in the late 2011, 2010, 2011. But you don't see as many coupons around today, so Evidently they're doing really well now. So that's a little info on the town of Sebastopol. And interestingly, another one of Sebastopol's claims to fame is that Wilford Libby is a Nobel Prize winning chemist that attended the high school here. And a lot of people win Nobel Prizes over the years, but he had a very major contribution, carbon dating, which helps people, scientists, determine how old something is. He was the one that pioneered carbon dating to tell how old the Earth is and things like that. A very amazing town and a big feeder school for UC Berkeley, University of California. Lots of smart people, boy. Lots of Volvos, lots of Saabs. They don't mess around.
It's probably because they don't allow nothing nuclear in here.
That's a nuclear-free zone. See, that stuff doesn't mess with your head. Right? So.
Yeah.
Are you hungry? All that bullshit made you hungry, didn't it?
Well, I've got my strawberry iced tea.
That's unbelievable. You got a strawberry iced tea, and I added ice in mine and just got the straight-up Diet Pepsi. But as I said, we're $28 in. We're just going to wait for this luscious pizza to be done, and then we'll give you a good view of it. So, if you live on the West Coast, undoubtedly you've heard of Round Table Pizzas. As with any franchise, you know, service will vary, performance, taste. It all depends on how well local people execute the franchise idea. Right? Let's drill down on execution a little bit, because one of Jen's pet peeves is if you go into McDonald's, she likes things precision assembled. Like if they're going to give you a Big Mac, center the meat on the bun, center the cheese on the meat, put the onions on it, put the sauce on, and make sure when you pick it up you don't have an unbalanced mess in your hands. And there's some truth to that. But like anything else in life, it depends on that local execution. How much are people being paid? Does it really matter to them if their job's probably not going to depend on whether they get that burger aligned or not properly? So rating franchises is very difficult, like McDonald's and Burger King. So in my mind, you can look at the downside of those things and say, you know, they suck. Or you could say for the volume that they put through a day and the number of people employed there, they've gone to great pains to try to ensure that the worst that'll probably happen to you is you're lopsided on your bun a little bit, as opposed to having maybe a, I don't want to ruin your appetite, like a rat tail baked into your meat. I'm such a good appetite suppressant. Pretty righteous, huh? Drill down and get a look at that baby. This is the Montague's all meat marble hand thrown crust. Beautiful, Missy Jen. Work that on your plate over there. All right, we'll give you the honor of taking that first bite. Are you ready? Thank you. All right, here we go. Oh. That eager anticipation of watching Missy Jen. Ooh. There we go, baby. Nothing cheap about pizza anymore, is it? Having that meat marble. Don't mukbang on me now. We're prohibited from going this time. You have to use your English intelligence to communicate. She'll just go How is that, huh?
The lusciousness of the cheese.
Yep. I always seem to have good quality control when it comes to the crust.
And the pepperoni. The sausage.
Your volume's low. You got to talk into my boob there. So.
It is a flavor composition of the extraordinary.
You're enjoying it, in other words. All right.
Mwah.
All right, take a few more bites there. Time for your Rosie girl to have her first bite. Good. The meats really stand out immediately. The sauce is a very low note on this, which is different than some we've had, where the sauce was king, like at Sal's Pizzeria, remember a couple weeks ago. The sauce was the standout with the bread. These meats are really good. They're beautifully done. So, yep, my first takeaway, the first bites is it's the meat, the all meat, the Montague's all meat marble is exactly what it says it is. The meats are wonderful. So I'll have a little more to say when I eat a little more. You're rolling along, girl. Anything stand out to you on that pizza?
The dough is really nice and chewy.
It's not limp. It's got some boom to it, doesn't it? It's got a little, yeah.
It's got some oomph to it.
It's interesting you mentioned that because to me, crust is one of the most underrated things about a pizza. You don't think about it. People think about toppings and cheese and all that, but boy, if you don't have a good foundation for a pizza, forget about it. You don't want cardboard. You know, that's the difference between Little Caesars pizza and hand-thrown one with better quality flour like we're enjoying here tonight.
This one.
Got the little type playing after. What Jen's talking about, you can see that pillowing effect there, where that dough gets that carbon dioxide is not released from the crust, so when they bake it, it just bubbles up in there. And it is like a pillow. It's exactly like a pillow, so it's really good.
It's really nice.
Makes a really nice.
It's not like you bite into like a cracker. It's actually nice, soft.
Yeah, very good. Well done too. Not burned on the bottom, but not raw. Like Friday night at 8 o'clock is a good time to test out a pizza place, because if they're really on their game, they'll send out a pizza that's perfectly done to you. But if they get backed up, like I used to make pizza in the late 70s at Ocean City in a resort town on the eastern shore of Maryland, get backed up, man, we just threw those pizzas out before they were browned on the bottom. I figured, what the hell, they're just visiting here for the vacation. They're not coming back again. That's where I picked up my business skills, started right there. Slap my wrist. Making good headway. We're not going to have any problem knocking off. We've learned over time, size it down. Just order the right quantity. That way we don't
buy the extra large.
Right. You don't buy the large. You buy the medium.
You buy the medium. That's right.
And you enjoy it. And you savor it. And you be done with it. And you don't be no fat girl, right? That's it. If you come here, they have 3 choices of crust. They have the original, which we're having. They have the pan, which is a little thicker, of course, like a Chicago style. But they also have what's called the super thin. We're enjoying it. Thank you. We're making you famous.
Oh, thanks.
They have the super thin crust. If you want more toppings and you don't want a lot of carbs from bread, you can have that too. Our general rule is if we go to check something out, we want a flagship product. We don't want, you know, we went to Kentucky Fried Chicken, we wanted the original recipe, KFC as a starting point, because that's what we had years ago. Same thing with pizza. Give me the flagship crust, give me your best shot on a pizza, and then we'll take it from there. So this was a good effort. It wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but you can tell we're eating away on it, and we're pretty darn happy. Happy.
Want me to do happy?
Yeah. There we go.
Here's some mints for you too.
Oh, thank you. Very sweet to us tonight. You can turn it off now, Missy Jen. You're scaring me. So much for your migraine today. Kill that drink, girl. Anyway, I think this was a very good choice to make tonight to come out here. It was a long week this week, a very busy week at work, and you know, mucking around with some things on YouTube. I didn't get as much sleep as I usually got, so this kind of hit the spot tonight. We didn't have to worry about being all elegant for fine dining and all that, but sometimes a pizza's good. Now, Jen had pizza at home last night, and then she had this pizza, so you had the pancetta, the chicken, so...
That was the new one.
Yeah, the new one.
It was a artisan crust.
Okay.
With a new type of vegetable / chicken sandwich. So that was an experiment yesterday.
How did this rate compare to that?
And this year was, of course, a lot better.
There we go. I heard it from the Missy. The Missy knows her pizza. Every week she gets a pizza for Bobby and her or something.
But,
And she knows.
I used to live in Europe. I was very close to Italy.
Okay.
And I used to eat a lot of Italian or authentic Italiano, Bella Italia food in my hometown with the Italian homies. So I love my Italian stuff, my Italian amigos.
Better adjust the wings on that dress a little bit, Jay.
So I say mille grazie mille.
No, we don't own bras, you know. So this is just the way.
Just those wings. Bras, what's
What
that?
are they?
Is that an animal?
But anyway, a great dining experience. We're not going to be pussycats when it comes to ratings. There were some things I liked here, and some things that I wasn't super crazy about. We'll hit on them when we get outside and do the wrap up. But $28 put us all in tonight, so definitely a place to come and bring a date. You got families here, but it's big enough that you don't have the crazy noise on top of you. They have the outdoor seating area that I showed you guys out there. And in addition, they'll also supply you with coloring books and little game things up there, so they're prepared. So, and the drink machine, you can really customize your drinks.
Yeah, iced tea with lemon, strawberry, raspberry flavors.
Yeah, you know, one of those new fountain style. That way it takes the burden off them. All they got to do is give you a cup, and the rest is up to you.
It's with the touch screen.
Digital, and it worked well. Worked
awesome.
good. Worked good. And of course, if you're into sports, you got all the big screen TVs.
That's right.
And the music's not a YouTube killer either. It's not, you know.
Right.
And for being a lot of hardscape here, it's really not that loud. Okay.
It's nice ambient music.
All right. We'll see you guys outside. Missy Jen's always talking about my crazy eyes and, you know, how one goes.
Now you look like Oliver Platt or whatever, that guy from the 1920s.
Yeah, Ben Turpin, the 1920s silent movie star he starred in a lot of Charlie Chaplin's movies because he could never look at you straight, right?
One eye was over there.
One eye be looking to the left, and one eye be looking to the right, and he'd face the camera. And I don't know how Charlie Chaplin could work with him without cracking up. But you know, growing up, they always tell you, be careful.
And he'd be probably telling him, just look at try to focus on my mustache.
Be careful. Your eyes will lock like that. Oh, those were the days. Well, guys, little after dinner bullshitting here. We're still waking our way out. We're enjoying that. Well, I'm enjoying my drink here.
Which reminds me, we're talking about the eye roll. I used to, in high school, have a Vietnamese friend. He was able to roll his eyes to the back of his head.
Nice. I'm glad you told me after dinner.
He would sit next to me and he would like, he would be like tip tip tip, not turn around, and he had all white and scared the crap out of me.
Man, what a dick.
All the time.
What a dick.
And he would like, he would get a kick out of that. His name was Duke.
All right.
Duke. He was a great guy, great sense of humor.
That's great, honey. Wonderful. Love that. Give me a high five on that. Oh, yeah. Let's go call him up tonight.
Since we're talking about iPhone.
Let's go get him on the phone. Hey, how you doing, bro? Our fishing boat went down. Oh, shit, you know?
Well, he's in Germany, so.
Okay. All right, well, let's wrap it up tonight at Round Table. It was a good feed. It was a good, honest feed. I'll let you go first. What do you think? We had, well, go ahead. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. People tell me I talk too much, so go ahead, Jen.
It was a good feed, and all around. So, let's see, what can I say? Pizza was actually good, but it was not the best pizza. There's something missing about that pizza.
Bingo.
Spices were missing on that pizza.
Bingo.
The dough was good.
She's good.
The meat and everything was good, but there was spices missing. So, any other than that, the pricing on that was good. The drinks were good. The machine was really good because you could really mix, match all kinds of different crazy drinks, combos, and it was really nice. And the ambience inside was great. Music was not too loud, not too overbearing, and it was no crazy music. It was
techno screaming shit.
There was no screaming, no rap, no nothing.
Nobody's getting murdered on the floor.
And it was a little bit like family oriented, with children oriented, because they had like kids games there and stuff, and all that. I kind of like that they also consider that people bring little kids.
Yeah, they have the outdoor area with toys
right,
and things.
They have some toys available. I like that, so I take that in consideration as well. So overall,
how about staffing and friendly service?
The service was good. The gentleman was very friendly. Brought us some snickerdoodles.
Did you get
some candy? I put them in your purse.
Good girl.
And because I know you're gonna gobble them up on our way home.
Gobble them home.
And so he was really nice, friendly, and the only drawback is that the pizza is missing or lacking.
Give it a rating.
Lacking the spices. So I'm gonna rate this at 8.3.
Okay, Missy Jen's gone to 8.3. You know, it's what's nice is we've eaten so many places now. We've had pizzas. Sal's Pizzeria set the bar high. We had some in Santa Rosa that set the bar high. The oven wood fired. We paid a lot more for them, but Jen hit the critical thing. The spicing is kind of missing here. This was not super bland, but it was kind of a bland pizza in terms of having spices. This is why I say the sauce is such a keystone part of pizza. If you're gonna make a pizza, you want to make a pizza, have a little pizza which got a little bit of zing to it, not overpowering, but you can taste the oregano, you can taste the basil and all the good things that make Italian seasoning good. This was lacking here, so I think Missy Jen really hit the nail on the head. So I'm going to rate it a little lower. I'm going to go to about a 7.5 here because I think They should be proud of that rating for being a franchise with 450 locations. The service was good, friendly place to come to, a good place to bring kids, like Jen said. But you need to work on that sauce. That sauce has got to have got to have a little bit of zing to it. You want to make sure you're eating pizza and not like, I don't want to say ketchup on bread, but you know, you want to make sure that you have something that's really flavorful. So there it is, guys. Round Table Pizza out in Sebastopol. If you're in the area, it's definitely worth a stop. But I think I'd try maybe another place that's more of a local flavor. But if you're looking for a place to take the kids, it's not going to bust the budget. This place is perfect. It's Friday night, we're foodies, and you know we know what the hell we're talking about now, right? We spent a career, the last year, reviewing for you, so you wouldn't have to have these trying experiences every Friday night. We love you guys. Thanks for being along, and thumbs up, share, and comments are most appreciated.
And subscribe and recommend and whatnot.
Thanks a lot. All right, tough guy.